Hey there everybody, I'm Jackie and this is Casually Quilled. Hello there my fellow pen enthusiasts. In honor of Inktober, today we're going to be doing a bunch of orange inks for comparison. None of these are new inks, but I haven't shown most of these on the channel, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to re-swatch them all on this little Hokuro notebook that I have. And we're going to redo all these orange inks and see if I have a favorite. And you guys can let me know which one your favorite is as well. But we're just, since it's October and it's Inktober, we're going to go over the orange inks. It's as simple as that. I'm going to be using my glass dip pen. I love this thing. It comes with so many different tops that I haven't actually used a single one for. But it came with all these different nibs. I know I said tops. All these different nibs. I have still only used the glass one though. I got this for Christmas. Gosh, probably close to a couple years ago now. I just freaking love this thing. It's just from Amazon. But I really enjoy it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Get to this new page here. Don't mind my little makeshift blotter here. We're gonna do we have any kind of order? Not really. Let's see. Let's just grab one and start. How about that? Okay, let's start with this one because this one I hesitated to put in here. But I think it's got enough orange to classify. This first one we're going to be looking at is the Robert Oster Brandy. Yeah, I said we were going to use the glass pen, but I don't think we are, because I'm not sure it's going to lay down enough. Let's try it and see, but I think I'm going to need one of my, to really lay down much, I think we're going to need one of my watercolor. Let's zoom in some here. Whoop. Yeah, see, this one I'd have to put a lot of ink on. So let's actually grab one of them instead, and we can just use this for writing. Okay. Take two. I'm going to go right over the same spot. Oop. Wow, except apparently I'm dumb and I can't use stuff correctly today. In order to use a paintbrush successfully, they usually need to be just a little wet. Now I chose to try this on my Hokuro paper because I've always been told that they do super well for this kind of thing. So that's kind of what I got them for. Wow, that was a lot of ink. So this is the Robert. Wow, I got way too much ink on this. Oster Brandy. All right. So that is going to be one. Alright, so due to a malfunction and the water brush deciding that orange wasn't going to come out of it, we are going to go a totally different way, and we're going back to the good old Q-tip because I don't want to fight that long with the brush each and every time between these inks. I mean, that's completely dry. I've been fighting with that thing for like 10 minutes. So, we're not doing that. We're gonna change our method. So, on to number 2. We're gonna do the Lamy Bronze next. Okay. Try to saturate that in good. And then we need the glass dip pen. So this one is the Lamy Bronze. Wow, already that's a huge difference between those two oranges. This one is so much more vibrant. Oh, and that lid is not on straight. That's a good way to spill ink. Wow, this is a day of malfunctions. Oh, come on, focus there. Focus. So, I'll have to figure out what I'm doing with this ink. As you can see, there's no top on it because the top just broke. So, I don't know, maybe it'll snap back in, but yeah, now I'm covered in orange. This is fun. This is going really well. Yep, nope, instantly breaks. Okay. We're just gonna throw that lid away. I guess I'm gonna go wash my hands and I'll be back. All right, let's try this again. On to number 3. We're gonna do, I have an ink missing now. This one is technically unmarked, but I have a little note that says what it is. So this is the Kaweco Sunrise. Those two are much similar. So I'm gonna have to write a lot smaller to fit all of these. Which is okay. So I don't really need to be this big anyway. So from the Kaweco Sunrise, see if my lid actually behaves. Woo, it didn't break. We are going to go to Noodler's Sunrise. Because that's not confusing, right? A little more. Oh, and now I got way too much. It's okay. There's Sunrise. Let's go. Just a couple lines here. I don't know what I got into there. I don't think those streaks are from this one. Still bigger than I should have done. I'm going to be honest, I've never had the best luck with these inks. They tend to dry out on me really horribly. The Noodler's ones, I keep trying them. I like a lot of the colors. They're a really good price, but they're very dry for me. Even just little samples. Okay. Number 4 is going to be the Noodler's Southwest Sunset, which I'm pretty sure I have written wrong in my little book. I think it says sunrise. I probably should change that. This one's going to be a lot more red. Oh, well, in my other book, it's a lot more red. Not so much here. Although it looks like it's got some shading in there that's red. That's interesting. Yeah, it does come out pretty different on this compared to my Wearingeul booklet. Didn't leave enough room. Come on, one little T. Yay, made it work. Woohoo, we're down 5. I still need to go a lot smaller. Alright, let's see. We'll try to use some of the non-shimmers right now. There we go. Let's do the Pilot Iroshizuku Yuyake. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to go lazy with this name, because Iroshizuku can kind of be a pain to write out. It's so long. So we're just gonna go. Wow, my glass dip pen does not want to write with this. Let's get a little more. That's a little better. Yuyake. Alright, and we're 6 down. We have, I think, about that many left. 8. We have 8 more. Let's do Cult Pens. I know we kind of just did this one and it's not strictly orange, but I think it's close enough to apply. If my hair will stop getting everywhere. So this one is the Cult Pens Guava. Okay, my silly hair. All right, Cult Pens Guava. Simple. Okay, officially avalanching everything. Ha ha ha. Next on the list is going to be this one. So this is part of the, I believe it was the 10th anniversary Diamine collection. This is called Arizona Citrus. I love these bottles, they're so neat. Really like their kind of pear shape. Let's go. Diamine Arizona Citrus. Gotta put citrus because I have a couple of these Arizona Skies. You have this one and the crimson. Oh my gosh, I'm so covered in ink from that one bottle. Oh, how I wish my little voice would come back. This cold does not want to go away. The last two non-shimmers. Okay, so this one is going to be Twisby Orange. Ooh, got a little carried away with that. It's gonna run into the other one. I actually really like Twisby inks. I got the 6-pack of them. They're very vibrant. They're very easy to use. I'm a big fan of them. I have like two bottles of the Prairie Green. So I use that one frequently. I think I used it in one of my original videos maybe. And then for the one after that, we're going to do Twisby Tangerine, which did not come in the set of 6. It was part of their like secondary series. I think it's the secondary. And there's still a couple of these ones I'd really like to pick up. The Tangerine is the only one I currently have. Ooh, I got a lot of ink on that one. And that's it for all the standards. I am never going to be able to fit these last few on here, though. Which is okay, but still. Alright, next we're going back to things we all know that I love and have a ton of. Did you guess it? It's Ferris Wheel Press. Which also means this is a shimmer ink. Not that the shimmer is wanting to come out at the bottom at all. This is Hardy Harvest. I don't know that we got any of the shimmer, but we're going to go ahead and try it. This is one of the few Ferris Wheel presses that I have that's in like a sample container. Almost all of them I have. Oh my gosh, I got way too much. Wow. Was not wanting to come, then it all came out. Look at that. It's a lot of ink. Wow, we're really going to get to see what that one is. Okay, this one's going to be a big swatch then. Because I got so much on there. Let's see if we can write with it. F, W, P. That didn't work at all. Oh, that's a shame. That's got a lot of shimmer on it too. I wonder if I can take it off of here. Yep, I highly doubt this is gonna work. Hardy. Yeah, skirt, we're committed, right? Well, yep, that's just a blob. Oh, it also took a lot of that out of the container. Alright, well, that was funny. So, then there were 3. I'm almost tempted to just... Maybe we'll just try to do it on this side here. I can see where the ones are on the back side, so maybe we'll just try to do that. Next is another Ferris wheel press. This one I know I did in my last video for my wonderful watercolor. It's not wonderful. I'm actually really terrible about it. It's quite funny, actually. Anyway, let's go ahead and just use the back side. This one's so light in color. So this one is one of the little chargers, and this is the Main Street Marmalade. It doesn't look like it's coming out. There's the little adorableness of the chargers. Oh, I didn't write with it. Wow. Okay. My glass tip pen does not fit well in that little case. I forget how hard that is sometimes. Main Street. Yeah, I do not have much on here. FWP. We're gonna call that good for that one. Try not to smear the other side. But it would take such a long time for it to dry. I don't want to smear it going to another page. So we're just gonna make it work here. Only 2 more, so we should be okay. Okay, and the last 2 are more diamines. These are from the Ink Vent calendar a couple of years ago. One is a chameleon, and the other is actually a standard. So we should have done it before the Ferris wheel press, but I actually thought it was a shimmer as well. So we're going to do it first. And it is the Fireside Snug. And I would have to double check, but I think these were from the purple ink vent calendar. Diamine. Oh, I guess I should make sure that's in camera, huh? That would be good. Fire. Side. Snug. Come on, I know there's nothing. There we go. So this one is called Bucks Fizz. Now, other than their kind of shimmer, I honestly don't know. I've kind of looked a couple times, and I still don't really understand what a chameleon ink is compared to just like a straight shimmer. Wow, this has a lot of shimmer, so we're actually going to go ahead and use a lot of this. Because we can, because it's the last swatch. Diamine. Like, I know a chameleon itself obviously like changes colors and stuff, but the chameleon inks don't seem to do anything like that, so I don't really know what a chameleon ink is supposed to be besides a shimmer. And there's some in the ink vent that are a shimmer, so they're not just using that as the word. But if anyone can tell me, I literally looked a couple times and I never can find it. Look how much shimmer this has in it, though. It's not even like super shook up. They're crazy. I don't use them too terribly much just because they are Christmas themed, but I always really like the colors. I'm sorry, my dog is being crazy for no reason. I'm going to actually let these dry for a little bit before we completely go over them. Just so I want to see if any of them change a little bit on the paper. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll compare them to the other one. Somehow I smeared FWP. But yeah, we're going to let them dry and see if they do anything more fun. Like, I can see the Hearty Harvest already has a ton of shading going on. That's when I may have to see, I know it's a discontinued one, but I may have to see if I can pick up a sample bottle or something of it still so I could have a little more, because it is almost gone. And we're back with all the inks. They should be good and dry now. Let's start up at the top with the brandy. Yeah, it's pretty orange. I like it. It does have, especially when you write with it in a wider nib, which with my glass pen kind of will do that. You can kind of see a little bit of some shading in there. I like that a lot about that color. It's really kind of neat. Let me grab. We'll compare the two swatches here. Can kind of see it here too along the edges. It gets this really dark note. I think it actually is a pretty good color. I can kind of get brandy and stuff out of it. I know brandy can be a little darker usually, but it's just, it kind of almost makes me think more of like a light bourbon, but it's fun. I like that color a lot. It didn't quite work the way I wanted it to, the way I bought that one for, but that's all right. It was still pretty good. So I don't know that we'll compare each and every one of these because some of them are pretty simple, but we'll do a couple of them. So the Lummy Bronze is a lot lighter, a lot less yellow in it. This one's just kind of a really soft orange, and then when you write with it, it kind of will change between darker to lighter as you write. Like the B, there's a really good example of what I mean. You can see the top's really light and the bottom's really dark. The ink kind of does that itself. And you'll see it a little bit over here in the swatch too, but not as much. I enjoy that one. I've used it a few times. That's the one, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, honestly. With the lid broken, I tried to take an empty container and the lid from it, but that lid actually won't fit. They're slightly different. Yeah, we'll have to see what I do with that. Right now, I think I've got it covered enough. It's not going to go bad, but it's not working. So next is the Kaweco Sunrise and the Noodler Sunrise. Very different. The names still throw me off having the same though. The Noodler Sunrise has way more yellow to it, especially on my phone. Kaweco Sunrise is actually kind of like a darker Lamy bronze. It's got, for being a sunrise, it's almost more of a sunset. It is deep orange versus the really light of the Noodlers. The Southwest Sunset's almost like a blend of the two. That's kind of funny. It's got a lot of the yellow, but it's got those deep notes in it too. You can see in the writing. Obviously here I ran more out of ink, but it kind of does the same thing as that bronze did. It gets dark and light as you write with it. But it's got a lot more variation within that. The Yuyake is kind of like a darker version of the Lamy bronze. It's just, I don't know. It's got almost a pinkish tone to it. Let's look at the sample of that one, because I don't remember that one being quite that light originally. Wow, yeah, that one is super different when I compare them. So it's this one right here. Yeah, those two to me are not super similar. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, there's no way to easily get those side by side. But yeah, here it's got, doesn't have a ton of yellow in that one, except when you write with it, you can see a bit more. But that one's very straightforward. It doesn't have a lot of shading or anything much going on. The Guava, and like I said, that one's not really as much of an orange. It really has that, I think it has that Guava look. It's got a little bit of more of a pink note into it. Pretty light. And then the Arizona Citrus. It's just a very light orange. Wow, and there on my phone it has a lot more of that yellow tone. In person, it's just a really, really light, soft orange. Wow, that one really is amazing how different it looks between my phone and in person. But yeah, I really like that one actually. But it's very soft, very almost spring. It's like a spring flower to me. And I've got the Twisby Orange and the Twisby Tangerine. The Twisby Orange has a lot of red in it to me. The sample's not as much as the writing. But that's why I got the Tangerine, because the Tangerine is much more vibrant. And it's almost like a neon orange. I kind of like the Tangerine. The orange is a little dark for my taste, but for right now, for like Halloween, that's a good color, actually. That may be the one we fill. And then I have the wonderful mess that is the Hardy Harvest. This one does have some shading and shimmer to it. Some gold shimmer. Obviously, I'm a sucker for Ferris Wheel Press. I mean, that's easily my favorite so far. I'm a sucker for it. I love it. I really do. It's dark. It's very dark orange, and the shading definitely has some red to it. But it so far is the one that's had the most variation. And then over here we have the Main Street Marmalade, which has quite a bit yellow. It's very soft. It's pretty, it's almost like an even lighter version than the Noodler Sunset, but it's got, I think, a little less yellow. It does have a lot of yellow in it too, though. I said sunset. I meant sunrise. That one. Fairly similar. I think it's got a little less yellow, but that's a fairly similar color. And then we have the Fireside Snug, which is, I think that's pretty fitting. I mean, I can kind of get fire from that. It's a deep orange, a little bit of red in there, a little bit of yellow. Yeah, I think that one fits its name pretty well. And then last but not least, we have the Bucks Fizz, which I wondered if this one might have some more shading and maybe just a little bit in the writing. But wow, does that chameleon just shimmer like crazy. I don't know. I didn't shake it for the words, so I don't know that there's much in the actual writing. But look at that sample. That's so crazy. So in that sense, that one definitely wins the shimmer contest. I mean, it's pretty much a light orange. I don't know that it's a whole lot different to me than this one. It's got a little more of the red note. Obviously, it's a shimmer. It's pretty similar, actually, to the Lamy Bronze. Let's see. I don't know that I can easily... Oh, I can zoom out. Ha ha ha. Yeah, see, I think those two are pretty similar. The Bucks Fizz is probably a little lighter. But wow, those are pretty similar. So those are all of my oranges. I did have like a copper and stuff, but to me they had a lot of brown, and I just didn't think they'd fit as well with this set. And we had plenty to sample, so it's not like we needed any more. But for October, Inktober, I think let's go ahead and fill one in this little conklin here. I've never actually used this pen. I got it around, the same time as my All-American. The question is, which color should we do? What screams Halloween to me? I think... Oh, this is a really tough decision. You know what? I think we're going to try this Bucks Fizz. I've never used many of these Inkvent ones. I haven't got to use one of the chameleons yet. And this does have an agitator in it. So I think we're going to go ahead and try... Oh, maybe we won't. I don't think this... Oh, there we go. Oh, that was weird. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and give it a mix. We're having some complications. Let's go ahead and mix this up again. It is really hard to get all the glitter mixed up in this. I think there's enough, so it's okay. Let's try maybe angling it this time. That's all the way to the bottom. Wow, this seriously won't pull up any ink at all. There we go. All right, we got a little. Finally. We're gonna probably call that good. I don't know. Let's see if it'll show me how much I got. Okay. I think that'll be okay. Perfect. Let's go ahead and conklin. Is not writing. Like I said, I've never actually used this pen. There we go, a little bit. Conklin. I'm just going to draw an arrow to that. Coronet. EF. Wow, that is definitely fine, but I'm getting the shimmer. Oh, it shows up a little better on here. It is very light, which I should have guessed. It's my own silliness. But not wet at all. Yeah, we'll see. These ones may not partner together very well, but we'll give it a shot. If I have to change it, I'll probably go to this Twisby Orange, because I think that one's pretty good for Halloween as well. Alright, everybody, so that's going to be it for this week. I will probably be going over my conklins next time, since I'm using that pen. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good one.